So I loved your East Coast offense article. That was hilarious. Or not hilarious, but I thought it was very, very interesting.
Hilarious. It wasn't a comedy.
I'm not going to give you, no. Okay. Your non-obvious predictions for 2012.
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you about a couple of them. Well, actually all of them. Cowboys win less than 8 games.
Yeah. I think the Cowboys are kind of a gutless team. I'm a Giants fan, full disclosure.
I was going to say, that's such a homer thing to say.
I know it is, but it's been right every year. When have the Cowboys done anything in the last 15 years?
Well, they keep losing in the playoffs.
Well, they don't make the playoffs, actually.
Or they keep losing to the Giants to get to the playoffs.
They lost to Minnesota. They got crushed by Minnesota in that one playoff game where the Vikings should have made the Super Bowl, where the year the Saints won.
What was the year
But Dallas doesn't really do that well, and the problem is Miles Austin's hamstrings are, about to pop any minute. Des Bryant could go off the field, go on a rampage against anybody, including.
But he's not. He's not. He has 24-hour security. Like, the guy's not going anywhere
That's
or
not
doing
good
anything
for his
but church.
mental state, Okay, guy's got to blow off steam somewhere.
Yeah, look what happened to Tiger Woods when he had to let go of all his side action.
They're all. I mean, so anyway, it's just a team that's in a little bit of disarray. I'm not saying they won't. There's no chance they'll be good. I'm just saying my prediction is people are predicting the Eagles and Cowboys to make the playoffs. A lot of people, and I think the Giants are going to beat them tomorrow, though I may be wrong by the time this video airs. And I also think that they're not going to make the playoffs.
Are the Eagles going to make the playoffs?
Maybe. 50-50.
Does that depend on if Vic stays healthy?
Yes, it depends a lot on that.
I hope he stays healthy. He's a lot of fun to watch when he's healthy. All right. Demaryius Thomas outperforms Eric Decker. Whatever.
People are drafting Decker way higher. They drafted him higher in my NFFC league in Vegas, which I just came back from last week. And I really kind of feel like the preseason is just being much too much has been made of the preseason and how Decker and Manning were practicing. Look, Demaryius Thomas is 6'3", 230 pounds and fast. Peyton Manning's going to get him the ball. I'd rather have him than the sort of route runner guy that that everyone thinks isn't Peyton Manning's guy. Take Demaryius Thomas over Decker.
I mean, I know you just said this, but he really looked good in the preseason.
Decker?
Yeah.
Preseason doesn't mean anything.
It's got to mean something. If a guy gets hurt in the preseason, it means something. But if he does well in the preseason, it doesn't?
If a guy gets struck by a lightning bolt and is dead, then it means a lot.
Look, if a guy gets hurt in the preseason or doesn't sign it or holds out, we factor that into our drafting. But if a guy does great, everyone's like, it's a preseason. It doesn't matter.
No, if a guy, what do you mean? If a guy holds out, he's not playing in week 1, of course you factor that in.
Yeah, but I'm saying we factor in everything negative that happens during the preseason, but we never factor in the positive stuff.
It's just negative. It's like is the preseason do anything positive for you? It's just practice. If something goes wrong in practice, it's bad. If practice goes as it's supposed to, it doesn't mean anything. It just means let's see what happens in the regular season.
Okay, fine. Mark Sanchez keeps the job all year.
I just threw that out there as a contrarian thing. They gave him money just now, and everyone thinks the Jets are such a disaster. I mean, even Jets fans, especially Jets fans, they think it's a joke, which I like because I hate Jets fans and I hate the Jets. But my feeling is the defense is very good still. Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie, those are elite corners. They basically turn your quarterback into the worst quarterback in the league every time they play you. And that is a huge advantage. So Sanchez just has to be passable. I think he will be. He's in year 4 or 5. His weapons aren't very good, but Stephen Hill is big and fast. We'll see if he kind of develops. Santonio Holmes is pouting. Even if Tebow came in and everyone was praising Jesus, Santonio Holmes would still be pouting in the corner. Everybody believes except Santonio Holmes. But he's not bad. He's over the rib injury in preseason. And I think they're going to be decent. And I think that Sanchez will play okay. And I don't think they're going to make Tebow the starter.
They're definitely not going to make Tebow the starter. I actually totally agree with you, but he will be in
there. Many will be clamoring for it.
And then Michael Turner, top 10 back in standard formats, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns.
He's good for double-digit touchdowns every year. And Atlanta kind of is they strike me as a little soft. They got better on defense. They signed Asante Samuel to go along with Brent Grimes. They have 2 good corners now. If that defense improves, they want to throw the ball 7 million times. But Matty Ice, Vanilla Ice, is so overrated. He beats up on the bad teams. He's not very good against the good teams. And they say, we want to pass the ball 1 million times. I think when they get leads, and they're going to have leads against some of the soft teams they play, they're going to run it. And Michael Turner is still an excellent goal line back. I know he's like 31, but he doesn't have that much mileage. He's not Steven Jackson. He spent 4 years backing up LaDainian Tomlinson in San Diego, and so he's just not as worn down as some of those other guys. So I think for just touchdowns, he's as good a bet as anybody in the league.
All right. Well, you know, in 2011, I read the article from last year. You linked to it down here. You actually got a lot of them right.
I got a lot of them right.
I'm
You know what?
curious
I
to
got
see
a
if a lot of
lot
these
of shit from some. I'm not going to insult them. I'm going to say from some This article also runs on Yahoo Sports, and a lot of these Yahoo, these Yahoos, who it's just kind of they make up a fake username. It's just like you get trolls that come on site. You're an idiot for saying X, Y, and Z, and all the stuff I was called an idiot for came true. And you know what? I will never see those guys again. They will never come back and say, you know what? I shouldn't have called you an idiot. I'm the idiot. You'll never hear from them again. They're hit and run artists. They want to rip you and then disappear and never eat the crow that they should be eating when they're wrong. That's what's frustrating. I'll take the hit up front, but you come back and you admit, you came out and just not just savaged what I was writing, but savaged me and called me a loser and an idiot and ugly and whatever.
Ugly?
Yeah, they
that's so mean.
They'll do anything. They're savages. But the point is, I was right about a lot of it.
Yeah, you were. Well, I'm excited to see if you're right about a lot of this.